Bonnie Blue's petting zoo stunt allegedly got her banned from OnlyFans. So it would seem the mighty have fallen. We are truly witnessing the end of an era as our beloved QB1, our beacon of women's empowerment and certified for the streets final boss, Bonnie Blue, has been banned off OnlyFans and forced into retirement. If you had told me even a few days ago that this was the direction the website was going to take, I'd honestly think you're crazy, but alas, here we are. And amidst all of this, we've also got a bunch of OnlyFans girls and former heroes of the game, if you will, turning on her, criticizing her for her impact on the platform. It's honestly pretty hilarious. It's like a goddamn war zone within the industry, a civil whore, you could argue. And I figured we have to talk about all of it today. So if you're a fan of the channel, or perhaps you're new around here, leave a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's roll this shit. I'm sure it'll be oh so educational as always. So I don't know how I didn't hear about this, but back in March, one of these former heroes of the game I mentioned earlier, Lisa Ann, best known for her 2 books she wrote, her enthusiasm for wine, her podcast, and am I missing anything? Shit, I feel like I'm definitely missing something. Oh yeah, her long documented history of adult blockbuster cinemas. Interesting she doesn't reference that on her Twitter resume, but maybe she just forgot. I don't know. Anyway, she had this to say. When can we hawk Tua Bonnie Blue asking for a friend? It's such a bad look for the industry. She is sensationalizing everything she does not know, violating the rules and regulations of the industry. She will be the cause of the next shutdown, trust me. Okay, first of all, man, I can't believe I'm sitting here in the Big 25 being fed brain rot from none other than Lisa Ann. Like, what the fuck am I reading, man? Talking about some, when can we hawk Tua this woman? Like, are we dead ass? I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I'm not fully convinced she knows what that means. Like, she wants us to spit on her. That's exactly what she wants. But obviously, that's not what she means. Spoken like a true Sigma, she's implying that it's time for Miss Blue to go, right? It's time for her to pack it up type shit. Because she views Bonnie as a plague to the industry, right? To her and many others, she feels that Bonnie Blue is setting women, as well as the industry at large, back a long ways. And it's like I said in my video yesterday. If you didn't watch that video, by the way, go ahead and watch it. Bonnie Blue clapped back at none other than I'm Alex in one of the craziest crossovers I've ever seen. But in that video, I said Susan B. Anthony was not jailed for this. Susan B. Anthony was not arrested so that women could be railed by 1,000 plus Jimmy Dean Supremes within the course of one afternoon. There's already a huge stigma with the adult movie industry. And I don't think sitting yourself up in some sort of goddamn petting zoo, we'll get to that in a second, but for the general public to watch you defile yourself is going to cause people to wake up and just have this, like, I don't know, fucking epiphany-ass moment, right? Like, oh, maybe we were too hard on the industry, right? No, fuck that. If anything, there's going to be increased stigma, and can you really blame people? Thanks to OF for making this a reality. Bonnie Blue hawked to it or such, Jesus Christ, by violating the policies of the platform, while violating everyone at the same damn time, and has now been banned from the platform. Bye! I swear to God, man, if she says hawk Tua one more time, I'm gonna hawk Tua my goddamn toaster oven into the bathtub with me. I won't even be creative with this shit, but it seems for Lisa Ann and many others, it's feeling like a white Christmas, right? She's been banned. And I do have to agree with this ban, man, because I know it sounds corny, especially coming from her, to talk about all these, rules and regulations and terms of service, right, in such a lucrative and unorthodox industry. But even when it comes to showing your balloon knot to millions of people and providing naked pictures of yourself on the internet, for honestly, God only knows how many basement-dwelling losers to drool over, we still got to have a little bit of chill, right? We got to have at least a little bit of dignity, a little bit of decency, right? For Bonnie, it's just this disgusting little game. Like, tee-hee, guys, my shit's about to be stretched like a goddamn tube sock for a bunch of barely legal college kids. Or, hey, I'm going to defile myself for 1,000 dudes. Like, at some point, we got to understand that maybe, just maybe, there should be limits to all of this. Maybe we're taking things just a wee bit too far, right? We'll get into that topic in a second, but I just thought it's so funny how even the future Cornhole Hall of Famers are against her. Like, you'd think if anyone was gonna back her up, it'd be her colleagues, right? Maybe they'd cut her a break, but that's just not the case, and honestly, pretty refreshing to see. But that's not the only one stirring the pot, because you see Sophie Rain from the Bop House chimed in on the matter too. where she was talking a little shit over there on Twitter. She said, $76 million without banging 1,000 men in a day. Dude, that's actually fucking insane. I mean, she came out with the receipts, man. $76 million is absurd, man. Think about that for a second. You know, she's out here making far more than any NBA players, football players, or even doctors for that matter. You know, the people that are the literal lifeblood of our human society, right? Like, let that soak into your brain for a second. That's insane. But she then followed it up with some pretty interesting tweets. She said, she needs men for views. We only need each other. As well as, it's no longer about women empowerment.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now that's where I'm gonna unfortunately have to step in and stop her, because look, man, you can make the argument that these performative stunts are bad for the industry. You know, you could talk about the morality of what she's doing till we're large in the pants, right? But what we're not gonna do is come out here and start capping, right? Like, the fuck you mean she needs men and y'all need each other on some Care Bears, the power of friendship type shit? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, does she not realize who exactly it is that's her primary demographic? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and y'all feel free to bring me back to reality if I'm wrong here, but I can assure you there aren't too many women, if any, buying your content, right? Like, the money is coming from horny, lonely, loser men that are willing to, for whatever fucking reason, dump their 401ks to scratch that itch, right? The money is coming from all the down bad, terminally horny simps living in their mom's basement. So I'm pretty sure y'all, in fact, do need these men, as pathetic as they may be, to make your living. So let's stop playing pretend here. And, you know, the whole thing about women's empowerment, I don't know. I'll never understand it, man. Like, how can one genuinely talk about empowerment when they're out here selling themselves for the price of a goddamn quarter pounder with cheese and some fries? Like, to me, that's crazy. Like I said, we could talk about how Bonnie Blue is setting the industry back and how there's still a line in the sand that shouldn't be crossed, or maybe even, you know, the money is life-changing. Like, we could be real for a second on that, right? We could do all of that. You know, chase your bag, sis. Yas, queen, slay, purr, or whatever, right? But empowering, seriously, come on, man, that's crazy. But switching gears here, I now want to talk about what got Bonnie Blue banned in the first place, as well as the official response from OnlyFans. Apparently, even OnlyFans has its limits. According to a new report by The Sun, Bonnie Blue has been banned by OnlyFans months after she slept with more than 1,000 men in one day. The adult content creator's page was pulled due to breach of terms after her extreme challenge content crossed a line, the outlet alleged. Bonnie has taken things way too far. She was making tens of thousands a month via OnlyFans, and now that's gone, a source claimed to the outlet. Her page has officially been pulled. Her latest stunts have taken things too far. She crossed the line, and OnlyFans had no choice but to act. A spokesperson for the site told the outlet that extreme challenge content is not available on OnlyFans. The spokesperson added that such content is, quote, not permitted under our acceptable use policy and terms of service. With that in mind, the spokesperson said any breach of our terms of service results in content or account deactivation. So, I mean, I gotta hand it to OnlyFans, man. It's really cool to see that they aren't cool with content that crosses the line. Like, by all means, if you want to start an OnlyFans, shit, go right ahead and do it. I'd do it too if I could, but unfortunately, I'm too well equipped, if you know what I'm saying. I can't exactly venture down that rabbit hole given my specific circumstances, but at the same time, you know, you have to understand that when it starts creeping towards degenerate territory, people are gonna have a problem with it. And clearly, as illustrated by this precedent here, there are consequences for doing so if it crosses that line. And not only that, but you are subjecting yourself to jokes like this video. I really do think, though, that this sets a positive precedent because, as you'll soon see, there needs to be intervention, at least to a certain degree, regarding what people can and can't do on the platform. I just didn't personally think that OnlyFans would do this to such an established creator, you know, a real household name. But they did do the right thing, so that's pretty cool. Sleeping with 1,057 men in 24 hours isn't the only extreme challenge in which Blue has participated. She previously challenged college boys to see who could give her the best experience and promised to pay the winners tuition, the outlet reported. Most recently, Blue canceled plans to host Bonnie Blue's petting zoo Per the outlet, she planned to be naked and tied up in a glass box and allow participants to do whatever they wanted to her, the outlet reported. Blue had hoped to sleep with 2,000 men during her latest stunt. According to the outlet, Blue has yet to speak out about the situation. So yeah, that's why she was banned. I mean, she's really gross the way she pursues college kids that are impressionable and barely legal. Like, this is predatory. I personally don't care that they're, legal consenting adults, because they are just barely within that bracket. And I mean, let's be honest, she knows what she's doing. She thinks it's cute and sexy when in reality it's really creepy. But speaking of predatory, I don't know if this is true, but this whole petting zoo stunt was allegedly planned to be open to the public as like some sort of public spectacle, quite literally out in public. And that's definitely when I've got a problem, because now you're crossing into forbidden territory, because we do not need to be subjecting children, and let's be honest, even unpursuing adults that are not looking for this. Like, if they wanted to see this, they'd be on the hub or some shit. This is indecency and quite frankly a crime, and people don't want to see this out in public, so naturally OnlyFans had to take action. Not only that, but the whole gimmick where they just get to do whatever they want to her is just very, very rapey, dude. It, like, I don't know, I think it contributes to like that sexual assault fantasy, and the whole thing is just disgusting, man. But that's pretty much it for the video, though. No outro today, but don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment, or else I'll start my own OnlyFans, and believe me, y'all do not want to see that. But I'm done yapping. Bye for now.